enemy has been slain. Shut down.
There becomes his kingdom. captains told me. Fish told me to kill captains. Makes sense.
An enemy has been slain.
Let's go. Stay down there.
Shut down. Ace.
I'm already dead.
Has been slain. An enemy has been slain. Enemy rampage. Your turret has been destroyed. Your team has destroyed a turret. Your turret has been destroyed.
I finished.
An ally has been slain. has destroyed a turret. Your team has destroyed a turret. Unstoppable. Your turret has been destroyed. Your inhibitor has been destroyed. Dominating.
Spitting me right.
An enemy has been slain.
We'll all be underwater soon.
Ace.
I owe you in their eyes.
Destroyed a turret. Your team has A summoner has disconnected.
不能太多废话。对，等一下小孩有可能会吃不到。哦，他等一下吃不到又给我生气。哦，哪有？不行，对啊，你说这个。锅炉，这是四锅炉。第一锅煎那个牛腩锅，食部手工线，食木手工线，食木手工。来，这时候洋葱进来，好，跑一下。好，你等一下就有出的，你安静。哦。对，千万不要当得粉。对。那个果香味，然后配合高汤。也是一样。妈的，它的水分含量高，所以它肉没有那点小气的。来，拿一个放上。就这样子，不要误会，对，你要油脂，我给你油脂。来喽，来喽，还没结束哦，各位。第二波姜汁，因为我耳朵快受不了了。让它起难哦，还好有绿色的，要几个蔬菜上来。对，妈不会啦，有蔬菜啦，不会今年是最后一次过年了啦。看他的手臂。你曾几何时吃过这么多只的牛排？哦，这两个要混合，两个要混合。真的，你等下吃就知道了。吃牛排哈，我们一定要请到一个专业的班班，只要生日，他一定会去吃牛排馆。你等下就知道你为什么不生日那天来才这东西。不会，这牛要眼睛。你不要以为这个东西是很重的味道，并没有。对，
它有点像以前煎牛排会沾那个番薯吃的，然后跟一些这种酱油在一起。
对，来 Peter 来。其实是这样子哈，Peter 今天生日，Peter 明天生日，所以我们先让 Peter 吃一块。好吃啊！因为他们对他们来说哈，牛排这种东西他们已经习惯了。那我们本来是要给你们2位惊喜，你要过来。搞超久了，干这搞超久了。来，关一下。那我交给我高哥一起嘛，这就是我的场合，我高哥一起做过去。走，今天开始了各位，今天为大家带来一首生日快乐歌，大家喜欢。Happy birthday， 哎，这证明我是没有在。
那就希望世界和平，大家身体健康。
这样没错。好，
因为我取的我想叫好难哦。
Welcome to Summoner's Rift. 30 seconds until minions spawn. Minions have spawned.
Yes.
Enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain. An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain. An enemy has been slain. An enemy has been slain. You have slain an enemy. Enemy double kill. An ally has been slain. Enemy double kill. Enemy triple kill. An enemy has been slain. An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain.
Yes.
I will remember
An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain. You have slain an enemy. An enemy has been slain. Your turret has been destroyed. Shut down. Enemy triple kill. An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain. Enemy killing spree. Enemy double kill. Your turret has been destroyed. Your turret has been destroyed. Shut down. Has destroyed a turret. An enemy has been slain. Destroyed. An enemy has been slain. Your turret has been destroyed. An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain. You have slain an enemy. Triple kill. Your inhibitor has been destroyed. Your turret has been destroyed. Your turret has been destroyed. Your inhibitor has been destroyed. An enemy has been slain. Enemy double kill. An enemy is dominating. An enemy has been slain. You have been slain. An enemy has been slain. Has been slain. Enemy double kill. An ally has been slain. You have been slain. Enemy double kill. Aced. Defeat.
今天我们非常开心的请到工商巨魔6太。
大家好，大家好。
那我刚刚问他说，他今天来是要宣传什么？他要宣传他的
哦，其实也没什么好宣传的，那我先往面做一下。
来宾来，我们不可以亏待他，直接跟我们说他喜欢吃什么。第一，牛排，但是呢，我们是牛排做太多了，所以就没有牛排。第二个喜欢的就是汉堡，汉堡不错，汉堡，所以我们今天就做汉堡。所以呢，我们今天呢，我们就准备了，这是牛油的部位，牛小排啊。比如说你喜欢吃软的，你可以加菲力，但它没有油脂，那你油脂含量就可以拉高一点。那我们今天用什么部位做？我们当时用热脸。
正常的汉堡是这些材料，
当然不是啊，我们也不是正常的。
那应该不用解释这么多。
那我们在做这些的时候，我们要先修肉，所以我们会把旁边这些筋啊修掉。我其实，在还没有拍这些的时候，有看你的影片啊之类的，帮你不知道。到了，你有
眼睛太跳动了，这个是干嘛？
有当司机嘛？
对，
然后最近就。
Alright, so this particular series of StarCraft 2 was described to me as Bronze League heroes at the professional level. Which, when you think about it for more than half a second, it really doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but I think I get what they're trying to say. I think we're going to be in for a crazy set of strategies, where maybe the decision-making is not as good as you'd like it to be, but usually those games, they are very exciting. So the very first map in the best of 3 is Berlin Rat. In the top left corner, playing with the Yellow Terran SCVs from France, we have none other than Clem. And his opponent in the opposite corner, playing with the Blue Pearls Probes from South Korea, we are looking at Creator's main Nexus. Well, I think it's fair to say that Mr. Clem is one of the very best fair players in the world. I actually also do believe we can say similar things about Mr. Creator right now. Creator, of course, made it to the GSL Code S Grand Finals. I already spoiled this in the previous YouTube video that I uploaded. The finals weren't necessarily pretty. He ended up losing 4-2 against Rogue, and even though he did get 2 points out on the board, honestly, it was Rogue in the driver's seat for the entirety of that series. Maybe just one bridge too far, but there's no denying Creator made it to the Grand Finals, and that on its own is already extremely impressive. Obviously, I've talked about this in previous videos too, especially at the beginning of the year, but the amount of Pro players over in South Korea really isn't that big. Hero obviously came back, Classic came back, but some of the best Pro players are currently doing their mandatory military service, and we don't even know if they're going to come back afterwards. So I sort of expected this GSL season to maybe be a little bit awkward, but Creator taking out players like, for example, Maru along the way certainly shows that he is currently in tip-top shape. And it's fun to see because, I mean, if you would have asked me who's going to be the best Pro player, I mean, at the beginning of the year, I wouldn't know anyway, right? Like, it was a tricky thing to predict in the first place. But there's no denying that I don't think Creator would, maybe not even Hero, man. Hero is widely considered to be the best pros in the world right now, but I probably would have said Trap at this stage of the year. Anyhow, Clement going for the Google Engineering Bed right over here inside of the natural of the opponent. This is one of those annoying little moves. He even comes back for a little bit more. Basically, what you do is you build it as far as you can, you don't complete it, so you can still cancel it. So it's a very, oh my god. It's a very resource / like HP efficient structure that you can build very early on. So all you need, I believe, is a supply depot. So as soon as you have a supply depot, you can just go ahead and plant it down inside of your opponent's natural expo, delay their base, and even though at this level, it shouldn't really matter all too much. Creator is adjusted by going for a faster second casting. Probably wanted to. He's gone for an extra pylon here at the front, but you'll notice on the ladder, if you do this sort of build as a Terran player, that many people are going to forget their third pylon, or just, you know, completely mess up their strategies in general, because normally that Nexus is going to be done. The Nexus, of course, also doesn't grant a bunch of supply. So, especially Protoss, super builder dependent, not really very flexible in your game at all. If you can mess with their strategies in any way whatsoever, it's a nice way to get started, but obviously someone of caliber Creator, not really going to be too bothered by that. That's one thing I guess you get if you play this game professionally for more than a decade, like Creator has. You get a lot of experience. Clem not done yet though. He's decided to now go for a factory right here with a tech level on it. Probe is going to get towards the high ground. He's got exactly what's going on. He sees the follow-up command center as well, so that's important. But at this point, yeah, the Cyclone is going to crawl stairs. Okay, there's no shield battery. There's a very exposed final right here at the front. There's only two. He's going to have to pull ropes. I don't see how he holds this. Sniper right there on the Zealot is pretty clean. Is he not going to have to pull ropes? There's no way. Okay. Good back off right there on that Stalker. Marines are getting surrounded too. Already 5 probes have been killed. This is quite important though here for Mr. Clem, because without this damage, he would be in a bit of an awkward spot. He's got, by the way, as a follow-up right now for Blink. Robo facility just about to finish up too. Okay. Alright. Yeah, so since Clem obviously delayed his own command center there for quite a while, he's still not in the prettiest of positions, but as soon as mules start mining, yeah, he's going to be able to catch up in that info relatively low. His follow-up right now is going to go into stick back, but no combat shields adjusted yet. No +1 infantry weapons or anything along those lines yet either, so he might just go for another follow-up push in a little bit. There's the NGV. I guess tech level on this one. Probably makes the most sense. So as he realizes it's done, hello. Alright, there we go. Anyways, until all of those upgrades are finished though, I don't think Clem's going to be able to get too aggressive. Whereas Creator right now is building up his gateway count. He's just about to finish up Blink, plus he's going for a Warp Prism. So these are the Warp Prism can be used to warp your reinforcements, plus to, for example, provide high ground vision. Generally speaking, Stalkers at this stage in the game, they want to be right over here, right? So there's one siege tank over here on the low ground for Clem. Another siege tank is just about halfway done. Clem at this point doesn't know what the follow-up is either, right? So he doesn't know if it's Dark Templar or anything along those lines, so he needs to be careful. That's why there's a relatively randomly positioned missile turret right over there in the middle of the main base. Okay, I like the Cyclones in the main to lock onto a Warp Prism if they need it. But the Stalker count is slowly growing. And those Marine Protoss, they definitely like being aggressive with them. He's being pretty slow with it though. I kind of expected him to go a little bit sooner than this. Okay, he's just gonna go for one additional set of warp pins. Fair enough. Oh, okay. Right, so since the +1 didn't even start, and since the combat shield here is pretty late, apparently Clem has decided to now go for a move out, whereas Creator is going to go for a move in. Stalker's blink into the main base, he target fires wherever he can, Observer right there, just YOLOs into the missile turret, not quite ideal. At the same time, Clem is going for a move out, right? So he's going to be able to get his entire army towards the other side of the map. Creator go already picking apart Economy right here, he jumps very close to the siege tank. Yep, decides to, he jumps very close right there to the factory, and then the siege tank popped out, but anyway. He decides to target fire down the juiciest targets. In the meantime, on the other side of the map, the Nexus on the low ground has already been killed. And this is now a full-on base trade. The problem is, Terran structures can fly. And the age-old adage goes to not base race a Terran player because, I mean, while your win condition is to kill all of their structures, and your structures can't leave, right? If you're a Protoss player, Terran can just lift up and get them out of there, and that's exactly what Clem is doing at this point in the game. Creator has lost 34 probes. Did he get any of them out? Okay, there's 9 probes out on the map. There's actually a Dark Shrine right over here building as well. It's a 3 o'clock position. Very nice thinking right there by Creator, apparently. Just preparing for this well in advance. The big evacuation right now from Clem, though, he's leaving the main base completely alone. The problem here is that, I mean, he doesn't have a gateway to warp in from, so that's a bit of an issue. He's gonna need another gateway in order to actually make use of that Dark Shrine. But the problem here for Mr. Clem is that he doesn't have any mobile detection, right? Terrans, as we all know, are allergic to making ravens. Or at the very least, that's what it seems. They never really make nearly as many of them as I would like them to. So there's no mobile detection here for Clem, and he's certainly not gonna be able to start any of it anytime soon either. The Terran structure is going for the most likely location nearby. Creator has rebuilt a Nexus right now at what normally would be the 4th base of the Terran. Or the 3rd. Clem's gonna get out of there once again. He does have scans available. So in order for the Terran player to use orbital commands, he needs to land them. So yeah, this one just used its energy down below to start mining some additional minerals. Clem does still have 86 supply though, so that's actually quite nice. He's gonna be able to, like, 86 available supply. He's gonna be able to actually get in some reinforcement. Careful. Don't accidentally send your Stalkers towards the Dark Shrine. Okay. Cyclone right there trying to micro against this sort of army. Clem does not know that there's a Dark Shrine right over there. Ooh, oh, that sucks. That sucks for Clem. Yeah, he's scanning top right corner right now. He's trying to figure out where this Protoss player is located. He doesn't know though. This is, I guess, a Terran army with like those horse blinders on. You know, horses when they walk out in public usually have those like blinders on the sides of their heads. I guess that's what those Marine suits are doing as well. Their peripheral vision has been blocked. They can't see very far away at all. Even though it is, I guess the Dark Shrine is the size of a skyscraper, right? Anyways, Creator is gonna have one gateway and a dream. Okay. Clem's slowly rebuilding though. He's mining from his old main base. He's going for another tech lab right here over on the factory, so he's trying to pump out wherever he can. One Marine checks out over there. Clem wants to try and I guess catch his opponent off guard. That's why he's sitting behind there some side walkers right over here. Tall grass. He secretly hopes that I guess the Protoss players wander, or the US radio Protoss player wander in that direction. Anyways, Warp Prism here being as annoying as it can be, Creator has now found an additional command center as well, so that's nice. Gateway at this point is done. Creator already has one Dark Templar. I mean, already 10 minutes into the game, but one apparently is left. Anyhow, where's the Dark? Okay, he warped in one over here at third base. There's gonna be this moment, I guess, where he will try and just surprise his opponent with a bunch of DTs all at different locations. Is that the idea? So Clem has enough energy right now for 0 scans, although he's at 40-ish energy right now on both of the command centers, so soon he's gonna have a little bit more. Stalkers here being as annoying as possible too are gonna pick off those additional workers. Can we please add on another gateway? I guess he can't even really afford it. Nah. I guess he's just using the warp in on cooldown here. Okay. So this Dark Templar over here waiting for now. Clem is making a move in this direction. 1 Dark Templar, 2 Dark Templar, 3 Dark Templar. Okay, so here we go. Dark Templar being used right here to slice up those Marines. He's only showing one of them at a time here because he knows there's likely going to be a scan at this window. Clem hasn't decided to scan yet. He doesn't have the energy. Dark Templar right now slicing away the siege tanks too. They're going to be able to make short work of those. That being said, the main army here for Clem is pretty powerful. I wonder if he can actually, he can definitely harass his opponent's base right here from the back, from the high ground. I guess he just dropped the... Did he lose a command center? Oh my god, he lost one. Okay, I need to go back. When did he lose that command center? Did the Stalkers really kill it? Oh my god, okay, sorry, we're a little bit further back into the game. I didn't realize that Clem was so late to the lift up right over there. That actually is a problem. I was gonna say he was saving up energy in one of those orbital commands, but his orbital actually falls in the main base. This is right before that little Dark Templar skirmish. Okay, let's watch it again. So this Dark Templar over here is having an absolute blast because this mule right over here is actually the biggest problem of Clem's game so far. He needs to wait until he's got 50 energy inside of the orbital command once again in order to go in for a scan. So that's why those DTs are absolutely tearing everything apart. Alright, still though, there's not that big of an army available right here for Creator. He needs to be careful that he doesn't bring all of the Dark Templar in one location at the same time. The 2 DTs right here are being used. He warps in one additional Zealot. Totally not ideal, but those DTs, man, they've been absolutely amazing. DTs, obviously, even when you can see them, right, still do a lot of damage. Matter of fact, right there goes down as well. I think that Creator has successfully pulled a rabbit out of a hat. Well, he hasn't dealt with the base down south yet. Terran doesn't get a whole lot of info. If he could only get... You should land it over there, man. He still needs 200 gas, right? If he could only get a 1 Raven out, that would make this game so much better for him. Not enough time available, though, for now for him to really transition away from the army that he's got. He needs to scan. He really needs to scan. Okay, there's the scan going down. Yeah, the Dark Templar does still do so much damage to the Stalkers in the meantime are also having a grand old time. I think that's the last of the Terran army. There it goes. Creator wins game number 1. All right, game 2. We're on Glittering Ashes. Props to Creator, by the way, that he already started up a Dark Shrine right there when the base raid was only like half underway, right? He apparently had the mental wiggle room right over there too. Mental wiggle room, is that going to say it? Anyway, he had additional brain power to think ahead, right, in those sorts of situations. When you've never been in that sort of spot before, it's actually one of the scariest things of StarCraft ever. If you've never had a base race in any of your games before, the first time you do, you'll recognize the stress that these guys are under. Because, I mean, we can see the entire map, right? We see everything. But suddenly you expect that there's Terran units around every door. So the fact that, for example, Clem was sieged up in the tall grass, right, with the majority of his army, that basically was him expecting that the Protoss player was going to walk around with those stalkers, trying to be as annoying as he possibly can be, just poking and prodding and everything, right? And then Clem would be able to pounce on the opportunity and snipe all them relatively, or all of the stalkers, or at least most of them relatively easily. So it's, yeah, it's very tricky. It's a very tricky situation to be in. So the fact that Creator already started up a Dark Shrine right there when the base race was just, you know, barely started. This is really cool. Anyhow, Creator definitely, he looks like a completely different player. Like, without any disrespect, he was like mostly like a round of 16 type of guy in the GSL Codes, right? Just like I said, I don't mean this in a bad way whatsoever, but now he's taking games off of the best players in the world. And, I mean, he's leading right now against them. The reason, by the way, why that's so unlikely is that usually, right, players peak, and then they get worse, right? So for some players, their peak was back in 2013, and they've just sort of been cruising along ever since. But Creator had his peak as far as tournament wins go in 2012. He's been playing this game literally since the release of Wings of Liberty. So he's been playing this game for 12 years. He's always been very good, but he's always, yeah, again, I don't mean this in a bad way whatsoever, but he's always kind of been like a round 8, maybe a round 16 guy, right? And then for him to just, I guess, connect the dots in his head and do so well, especially after a patch that effectively nerfed a bunch of Protoss strategies, is amazing. Really good stuff. I hope he, yeah, I hope he can stay here. It's really nice. It's a lot of cool stories, honestly, of StarCraft 2. Okay, hold up. It's a Twilight Council started main base of Creator. Double gas over here and everything too, so he's getting plenty of gas to go for a Dark Shrine. He's at 150 gas right. Oh my god, okay. Proxy Dark Shrine right here from Creator. He's saying, okay, that worked out quite well for me in the first game. Let me do it again. Clem is proxying his starboard while producing Hellions. Yeah. So usually what we see from Terrans when they proxy the starboard like this is they make a Medivac and then they send it across the map. This is just about to get really awkward once again. Because Clem's going to try and be aggressive around the same time that I think Dark Templar are available for Creator. And obviously, if you go for Dark Templar, you can't really afford like Blink or anything along those lines. Not at this stage of the game, anyways, at the same moment. So, once more, both players have not scouted what their opponent is up to. Yeah, he's kind of seen roughly what's happening, but he hasn't seen the starboard. And likewise, here for the Terran player, he hasn't seen the Dark Shrine. All right. Dark Shrine does still take a little bit longer. I don't think he's going to find out until like the Hellions already landed, does he? Can he see this? Okay, he does see it right now. Nice move actually from Creator, stepping that stalker ever so slightly further forward. That being said, how many workers is he going to lose? Because I think that's the main question. We got to be asking ourselves, it's a probe of barbecue. I mean, at the very least, judging by the weather, it's appropriate, right? I mean, right now in the Netherlands, it's been a hot couple of days. Every time I go outside, especially around the evening time, I can smell people grilling outside. Clem probably being one of them. Anyways, Dark Templar coming up once more. Not all heroes wear capes, but these invisible men do. Hellions, by the way, still dealing a ton of damage. Okay. You know what? That might already be a little bit too much. 22 workers? These Dark Templar are gonna need to be valued. So far, they've not been spotted. Clem doesn't know. Okay, yeah, he knows it's a little shimmer right now. Okay. Problem is, there's also a Dark Templar inside of a natural expo. Still refuses to make a Raven, because of course he does. Okay, Dark Templar number 1 gets killed. Dark Templar number 2, there's no energy available yet, but soon there will be enough for a second scan. There we go. Okay. Dark Templar number 3. Clem, hey, buddy, can we please make a Raven? Why are Terran players so allergic to Ravens? I get that they're expensive. I get that they're hard to afford, right? But you've already done 2 scans, and you're gonna need about 4 more. Yeah, are we gonna scan again? Like, it always, I find it ironic that a lot of Terran players tell me, no, look, you don't get it. We can't afford a Raven. And then at the same time, scan 7 times. Like, the scan could have been a mule, right? That's like 2,000 minerals down the drain. Like 2,000 potential minerals. But for some reason, the Raven is too much. I don't get it, man. I've been playing this game for over a decade. I'm kind of like Creator, but I've never actually been good, you know? Like, no, I've been playing this game for so long. The Terran players always refuse. Oh, no, dude, go for a 10, make 1 Raven, please. I don't know. I will never understand it. I've played plenty of Terran as well. I mean, not so much recently, but I've played plenty of Terran back in the day. I kind of get it, I guess, if, you know, you're also going up against Blink Stalkers, because then you might accidentally just fly the Raven to its death. But Terran players really have an allergy for... And every time I do see a Raven, it always seems to get a lot of value. Anyhow, if it's not part of the build order, I guess it's impossible to get. Literally impossible. Would've been nice to have Interference Matrix to, like, you know, deny these Archons from popping out. Nice micro by Creator, man. Creator really has become a really strong player. It's awesome. So his main problem here, though, is that he doesn't have a lot of workers, right? You can strongly see that reflected right now in Clem's army supply. Clem's got 46 supply in army, literally doubling his opponent, which is a big issue. His main way, by the way, right now of, I guess, not losing his army to Dark Templar is scans. Just, you know, Ravens, kind of important. So there's 1 scan. This is gonna buy a lot of time actually for Creator, though. Force field? Yeah, nicely done. Slicing off a couple of those Marines. I'm surprised he went for the double force field, but fair enough. Yep, just warping on a Dark Templar. Alright, Creator. If you can hold this, that would be amazing. But I wonder if those Hellions from earlier just did a bit too much work. Those Hellions from earlier did so much damage. There's another scan, by the way. Yeah, I just have more scans available. He's got 1 more. Nexus gets cancelled. Supply block right here as well, not because of it. He was probably banking on that Nexus. Yeah, being finished. Okay. Here I am praising Creator. Ends up getting a supply block here. Not ideal. Okay, there's another Dark Templar. Like, how many scans? Genuinely, how many scans? At least 7. Okay, maybe not at least 7. We can probably count the amount of dead Dark Templar. Okay, 6. 6 Dark Templar. I think all of them killed by a scan. Anyways, they're still playing right here for Clem, so he wins the game. That's really just build off the back of those Hellions, right? Okay, so our final map for today is gonna be Hardwire. Curious to see what's gonna end up going down here, because these have been pretty wild games so far. No shenanigans though with the very first couple of structures. Would be kind of cool to see Mr. Creator go for like a Mech-Specs-esque type of opener. I don't entirely know if that's a character. He's been playing a variety of strategies. Doesn't really have like, okay, so sometimes we do see players making like a resurgence as far as their skill level go, and they once again climb very, very high. But it's mostly because of like a patch, right? That's maybe also why Creator's story is so cool. This is not like a fetch that's currently in the game or something where a certain strategy is broken or a certain cheese is a little bit too strong. None of that happened, right? The creator has just been solidly playing the game, and he hasn't really been making any drastic changes as far as his playstyle goes. It just seems that everything has just been going better for him. Anyways, Clem, once again, going for good old engineering bay, the engineering bay, the engineering bay, the eBay. This time around, a couple of probes will be pulled. Get off my lawn. He's coming back. Creator. Shout at him one more. Shout at him again. He would start up a new one, man, if he could. Careful now. The little SCV. That would. Okay, dude. I think you're dead. Sorry. Killed by a taser. Alright, what are we doing right now? Maybe a little bit overly aggressive right there for Ken. He's looking around the map. Yeah, pretty sure. I mean, he's once again going. He could go aliens again. He could once more proxy his starboard. Creator also looking around a little bit more diligently this time around. I think Clem is actually going for another proxy. Oh, that's really awkward. This is literally where Creator was idling for a good little while. So he's coming up on 100 gas right now. Yep, another starboard. And we're gonna see big switch so once more. I think 4 helis. He had the probe trolling back and forth over here right before the SCV showed up. Okay, Clem going command center on the low ground. Adept coming in.
Enemy has been slain.
He hasn't decided his tech of choice yet, by the way. Creator, that is. Okay, 1 Marine for an Adept is not ideal. He did see that there's once again double Hellion production, so he probably realized that there's a good chance that this is once more going to deal damage. Okay, I kind of like this. Not going for any tech whatsoever here for now, just simply focusing on making a bunch of stuff. He did see the starboard over there too. Okay. Getting one of the Hellions would be nice. Yeah, he really wants it. Nice micro right there by Clem. Very nice micro. Okay, so he didn't go for any sort of tech choice. Creator, that is. He instead decided to pull a couple of probes out of gas. He started up the research for blockade, of course, and now he's chrono boosting it out. And I think his main goal here is to just try and get a couple additional stops. That being said, this Metaphor is going to show up nice and early, but it takes 3 of those lines of fire to kill a line of probes in 1 hit. Yeah, so good targeting right there by Creator. Picks off the weakened Hellion. Still might get a couple of probes. Yeah, literally a couple. Okay. Creator did go for a proxy final. Oh, we're just going to go 2 base 4 gate. Is that what we're doing? 2 bases, 4 gateways, no Twilight Council, no Robo Facility, no Stargate, no follow-up, really. Just a bunch of gateway units. There's a siege tank out. I was going to say, there should be a siege tank out by now. I love this, by the way. Clem landing the starport in such a position that the Protoss units have to go in range of the siege tank to escape. Beautiful, this move. But I wonder if there's not just a little bit too much Protoss right here. Why say that? Okay. Siege tank does go down, but at the cost of a ton of units. Good micro here once again by Creator. Then if that goes down, one Zealot gets warped in too. This is a very slow all-in right here from Creator, but I do think it is an all-in. He's not really added on a lot of workers. There's another siege tank down. There's no way for him to like get high ground vision or anything along those lines either, so... I don't think he's done enough damage yet. Okay, no, he agrees. He decides to add on additional probes right now. The fact that Clem actually had a tech lab right there on the factory is saving his ass here. Could have been an absolute disaster. Okay, he wants the Zealots on the high ground to provide that vision, right? Nice retargeting right there as well by Clem on the siege tank. You can manually target with it. Quite important to deal with these early game scenarios, because otherwise you end up either dealing splash damage to your own units, which believe it or not is not great, or of course you end up just not picking up the juicy target. Okay, a little further back behind this fly depot apparently is your place. Okay. Are we gonna go for a 3rd base here, Mr. I think we are, right? Yeah. 3rd Nexus probably makes the most sense. Terran did start up the Stimpec research. Doesn't have a 3rd Rex yet. Okay, there it goes down. So combat troops is not gonna be done anytime soon, but I wouldn't be surprised if Clem's gonna go for a similar push as he did in game number 1, where he just had Stimpec. Third Nexus. He's obviously going to be the one in charge of this economical game. Creator trying his very best to get as much economy here as he can, or economy, as a wise man once said. Problem is here, for Creator, he doesn't really have a whole lot of, like, he's got units, right, but no way of really shutting this down with good micro. So Blink is about halfway done, which is nice. But how exactly is he going to deal with this with this Terran army that I think will soon be marching across? Yep. He did go for a gateway once more on the right side of the map. Ooh, Creator, man. I don't know what they've been putting in his morning coffee. Do they drink a lot of coffee in Korea? I don't know. In his morning kimchi. Do they eat a lot of morning kimchi? I don't know. Kimchi is delicious, by the way. If you're unfamiliar, highly recommend. I think you can get it in most supermarkets these days. Anyways. Blink is done. So the problem here for Creator is that he's going to go ahead and just... yeah, deal with this by blinking stalkers, I suppose. Siege tanks are going to have such a good time to sleeve them as well. Battery overcharge here is nice. One of the things a little far forward. Second thing, I guess, might get picked off as well. But that fight is exactly what Mr. Clem was hoping for. Who now starts up as like a victory dance. The 3rd command center at the 3rd command center location, too. It's not good right here for Creator, right? When you delay your tech for that long, and you don't do critical amounts of damage, while Terran is teching up, you find yourself in a whole lot of problems. That being said, okay, probes pull away from the base too. They're eventually going to help out clearing out all of those siege tanks. But if you look at the minimap right now, Terran's making a beeline with everything they have towards the other side of the map. Clem's still doing some excellent micro over here, not allowing those Zealots to catch up. There's no charge or anything available, and as soon as indeed that 3rd Nexus is being attacked, Creator realizes that there's no way he's going to be able to win the game, and he GG's out. It doesn't happen nearly often enough, at the very least for my liking, that I get to cast the number 1 in the world going up against the number 2. Today it's time for a best of 5 series of absolute top-level StarCraft. We're in the bottom right corner of Furious Minds. That is the very first map of the day. Playing here with Loser Drones. From Finland, we have the world champion of StarCraft 2, and a man who by many is considered to be the greatest StarCraft pro of all time. We're looking at Serral's main hatchery, and his opponent in the opposite corner with the Yellow Terran SCVs from South Korea, the most dominant StarCraft 2 player of that region over the last decade. We're looking at Maru's main command center. Maru versus Serral. This is a match of all matchups. It doesn't really get a whole lot better than this. So here's the thing. I would love to cast both of these players more regularly than I get to do, but yeah, they don't really participate in nearly as many tournaments as I would like them to. There's many online tournaments that are being played every single week, which is where I get the majority of my replays that I cast from, but they don't participate in them. They could easily farm a couple $1,000 here and there pretty much every single week, but they decide to not show up for those tournaments. Not entirely sure what the cutoff point is. I'm assuming at the very least Cero could win at least 2 of the ESL Cup every week if he wanted to, but you know, he decides not to participate in any of the weeklies and he just farms the bigger tournaments instead, which I guess is fair enough. Both of these guys have made over $1 million in prize money just recently with the conclusion of IEM Katowice. They both made it past the $1 million mark over the course of their career as far as prize earnings go, which is incredibly impressive. And now they're facing off against each other in a best of 5 series. This particular series was played during the semi-finals of the King of Battles 3. If you're watching this video on the day it goes up, I think it was played last Sunday, so 2 days ago. Anyways, should still be an absolute banger if you're watching this in the future as well, because it really doesn't get a whole lot better than to pro players. All right, am I expecting any crazy builds? Honestly, not really. When it comes to standard StarCraft play, right? These are 2 players that have very much so dictated what the standard is in the first place. So usually Maru, very macro-focused player. Cero, likewise, also a very macro-focused player. Well, he doesn't get started with Link Speed. He's not starting up Link Speed. See, if this would be a weaker player, I would imagine it's a mistake. But Cero still hasn't started up yet. It has to be intentional. Yeah, there's no way he would still not start it up at this point in the game. Okay, so never mind. I was just talking about how to usually play standard games. I mean, Maru seems to be. Okay, yeah, quick triple CC right here. Probably a starport as a follow-up after Factory. So very quick triple CC over. Cero has still not started up Link Speed. Are we gonna go quick Lair? Are we gonna go quick Roach Warren? What exactly is the plan here? Has to be a Roach Warren then, right? All right. Yeah, I think that this is the very quick Roach opener that we've seen from time to time at the pro level. It's one of those builds that's been around since the earlier stages of StarCraft 2, ever since the game first released. We've seen different variants of this opener. I don't think that this is going to be a complete all-in right here from Cero. It's just one of those builds where you're almost like skill checking your opponent. I don't really think that Maru is going to struggle, because usually he should be fine. Anything is normally you follow up a Roach opener, right? You want to go for an all-in with a Link Flood, but obviously if you don't have multiple boost, there's certain speed upgrade, you can't actually go for an all-in very easily. I mean, you could keep rolling in Roaches. That's an option, but I think eventually, yeah, Maru will probably have a Banshee out. Seems like he's going to go for the tech that right here on that very first starport of his, and tech that right here on the Baron too, so a bio transition is more than likely. But we do have 8 Roaches coming up. Is Cero going to draw behind this? It's actually a Raven. It's actually a Raven first, which is not ideal, but still pretty good. Is he got a drone? I'm expecting drones. Okay, yeah, he's gonna add on drones on the back of this. Curious Minds is the smallest map in the current map pool of StarCraft 2, meaning that you can get to the other side of the map a little bit faster, even when your Roaches don't have their speed upgrade. Obviously, you can't get that until Lair Tech much later on in the game. But this is certainly a little out of character. Not something that we usually see Cero play. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's mixed it up a lot over the last few years. 2018 was basically just doing the same build over and over and over again. He's not as predictable anymore these days, and once again, he's showing it. The problem is that these top-level Terran players usually don't really struggle against this sort of thing all too often, especially if they have a Banshee. If they have a Banshee, Maru instead is going to be forced right here to drop the little auto turret. Still deals a ton of damage though. I think we see why we normally don't see this opener at the highest level. Was that really worth it? Especially considering Maru went for triple CC. If you just look at the supply count and the worker count, I guess it's okay. But it certainly does put Cero in a upgrade deficit, right? He's only just not going to go for a Lair. He's not going to have any Evo chambers. There's not going to be any Veiling speed or anything along those lines here. Whereas in the meantime, on the other side of the map, the double entry base, yeah, already mostly done. He's going to be able to start an upgrade pretty soon. He's now going to go and add on additional production. But it's one of those moments, I guess, where Cero is capable of throwing Maru off of his game. Normally, it's the Terran player who gets to decide the pacing in the earlier game of TVZ, just because Zerg obviously is capable of making many of those drones all at once. Usually, Terrans will try and slow that progression down. So maybe Cero just wanted to be in the driver's seat here for now. Obviously, it is best of 5 blue, actually, really like a lot of low HP Roaches in there, yeah. Apparently, it's normally not very good against Roaches at all. Queen's actually coming in from the side there, too. That auto turret is obviously also not too expensive. You gotta say, by the way, I like the Raven opener. Not something we really see all too often at the top level either. So the Raven is a very nice spellcaster, but on top of that, also a detector, so you can get rid of those Zerg creep troopers pretty easily. So I was just gonna replace those creep troopers right away. But it certainly does slow down whatever Zerg wants to go for here for a little bit. So what do we have? Link speed around the same time as +1/+1, and then Roach speed already mostly. It's a very weird opener right here from Cero. It's a very strange one. Anyways, I do think I like the situation here for Maru quite a bit though. He's gonna be able to pump out siege tanks right now. One thing to note, I guess, is that Curious Mind, it's very Curious Mind's map. It is very open over here. So if Roaches come down in this direction, I guess it might be able to jump on top of the siege tanks relatively easily. If the siege tanks are taken out of the equation, I think that Cero will probably be able to go for 1 kill and push. He'll probably push as soon as 1/1 is done. And yeah, in the meantime, just make as many Roaches as possible. But he goes for a Knight as network. Okay. What happened to Cero, man? I haven't seen a place in IEM Katowice, but this is an entirely different Cero from what we normally have. Maybe he had a bad sauna session or something in the morning, you know, leading up to the series. He's like, I'm not gonna play against that Korean Terran guy. Maybe he doesn't want to deal with the pink. Obviously, this is not an offline tournament. Maru being in Korea, Cero over in Finland, so I guess they're playing North American server to make it equally bad for the both of them. Anyways, Maru gonna try and stress his opponent with some multitasking. Should be more than okay though. Cero doesn't really usually have a lot of trouble against that. Okay, good targeting right there on Maru, making the best of it. The siege tank count really is the most important number though. So how many are we on right now? Only 3. Knight is Worm at the back of the main base. Is this something that Cero is, or Maru is even going to respond to? I mean, yeah, he's sending a Medivac over there. Really needed to boost that one, but I guess it already had used the cooldown. So instead, right now, Cero decides to jump at the front. And the Armor Missile was used right there as well by the Raven. A lot of damage, though, coming out of the finisher here. Super clean execution. Look at the macro here, by the way. Look at the amount of resources that he's got during these battles. That's usually where a real winner is made in a game of StarCraft. But he just absolutely made Maru look like a fool. What in the world? This is utter domination here in game number 1. Maru's done absolutely nothing wrong here as far as, like, you know, his opener and all that goes. He seemed to be in control of his units too, but Cero seemed to just be a little bit faster, a little bit better. And so far, I mean, it's reflecting in the supply count. Now, he hasn't won a game yet, but if it's up to him, he's going to be able to do so here within the next minute. Very smooth corrosive biling. It takes 3 corrosive biles to knock down a siege tank like that. It's like 8 corrosive biles to go after a bunker, though, so is he going to have enough here? I mean, I don't even know if it matters. Even the Medivacs get biled down right there. Maru, like, yeah, making little mistakes here and there, and it ends up costing him. Maru, pretty much every single one of his games, is the one who gets to decide the pacing of it, right? He usually is the one in control of the tempo. But while he's definitely, yeah, very capable of playing a defensive Terran versus Zerg style, Cero just easily rolled over him here in game number 1. Cero has this very unique ability where he makes top-level StarCraft 2 sometimes look boring. And I think the previous game is a very good example, where he just gained an advantage early on, not even a very significant one, but he just absolutely ran away with the victory. Little mistakes here and there add up very quickly, and it turns out if you don't really make a whole lot of mistakes and you're very precise in your movement, you end up with way more stuff. That was a classic case of more stuff beats less stuff. And yeah, Cero absolutely murdering Maru during game number 1. It's one of the reasons why I also didn't feature him in as many games from IEM Katowice. If I, for example, cast like a Cero best of 3 in one of the group stages of the tournament, those games are not very exciting. It's like a best of 3 series that takes like 12 minutes where Cero wins 2-0 with 2 very powerful timing attacks where he doesn't really make a mistake and the opponent makes a small one, and then it's game over. I consider making a video where I casted like 3 best of 3s, and the video would still be under half an hour long, but it's a lot of games where, yeah, like even at the professional level, I guess that's what it comes down to. Even at the professional level, there's still a very significant skill difference. One thing I get quite a bit, for example, is I'm currently in Grandmaster League in the StarCraft 2 ladder, and I'm pretty good at the game, but a lot of people confuse Grandmaster League for being at the pro level. I just want to reiterate that the skill level that these guys play at is way higher. So Maru is sitting at like 7.2k MMR, I think, on the Korean server. You can't really compare MMR very easily. Serral currently is sitting at 7.5k MMR, which is ridiculous. You can be in Grandmaster League with about 5,000. So just within those couple hundred ranks alone, the skill level difference is insane. It is, yeah, these guys are playing at a completely different level. And even within the pro level itself, you have like different tiers, right? And these two guys are definitely in the upper echelons. Anyways. Maru has looked a lot more mortal, though, in the last couple of months, for what it's worth. In the GSL Code S that's currently ongoing, he hasn't been as successful, losing against players where he probably shouldn't have lost. So, yeah, I do think that's worth pointing out. Anyways, Serral. Serral! No! Really? He's once again not starting up Link Speed. Did he? He didn't see anything. Look at the minimap. He's got units running around everywhere. Apparently a little concerned here that Maru is going to get aggressive. The fact that he started up Link Speed at like 150 gas is a little bit awkward. He also still has 2 drones in gas. Are we going to go OV Speed? Is that the goal? Normally you pull all of them out or leave 1 in. Yeah, okay. Overlord Speed is awesome to find out exactly what the opponent is going for. At this level of play, though, it almost feels like a little bit of disrespect from Serral that he's like, okay, I don't even need these resources in the early game because I'm going to be able to trash you as the game progresses. So I'm going to go, it's almost an insult to go for Overlord Speed. It's also very clever because you can figure out exactly what your opponent is going for. But Maru is not really much of a trickster. And I guess Serral just wants to make sure that he takes every precaution that he can, convinced that he can win a longer game. It's not a very cheap upgrade. Like, what I'm trying to get at is that sometimes there's pushes that Terran can go for where, sure, you just invested into the Novitas Airface research, which is great, and you can find out exactly what's going on, but you've also spent the resources on getting the upgrade done, and now you don't have enough stuff to actually defend the pushes the Terran players go for. Anyway, Serral Scout's the most standard build right here that the Terran can go. 1-1-1 with a quick third from center. Alright, he is either faking go to upgrade or maybe he wants to go for Bench after the Viking. Anyway, additional barracks at this point go down here for Maru. I wonder what goes through his mind at this point when he sees this class over. Probably not a whole lot, but it really does feel almost like an insult. Anyways, this is not a build order where Maru can punish his opponent for going for that upgrade, so he's going to be forced to go for a normal, quintessential standard Terran game, the one that he wanted to aim for in the previous one too. Serral right now going for the lair to get with Veiling Nest, so this is going to allow him to get the Veiling Speed at a pretty respectable time, and it's going to make him against whatever Terran player has. It's going to become easier. Very clean so far though from the both of them. Not really made any mistakes here as far as I can tell. Serral going to continuously Overlord Scout. Looking at the timing right here of those NG bays, he sees when the upgrades start. Brilliant Scout once again, by the way. Like, seeing the timing right there of exactly when the upgrades start is a very nice thing, because you know when the opponent is likely going to push. Pretty much all the timing attacks in StarCraft 2 are based around the upgrades. So since Serral just had an Overlord in there and he saw the timing, you can see a little animation right as soon as something starts researching. He saw the timing at which the upgrade started, he knows exactly when the opponent is going to attack as well. So for the time being, he's more than happy to go for a bunch of drones. Terran can obviously go for a medic trope here. Wouldn't be surprised if we're going to see this bad boy flying across the map here in just a second. A little bit of aggression at the front as well. Looks like a 2 more 2 made by the sniper over there by the Hellions, but I'm starting to already get a little bit nervous right here from Maru. When you don't do any damage, at this point I don't think, yeah, not really much of anything has gone down. I mean, a couple Overlords, sure. But when, yeah, you don't really do any damage to the mineral lines, or you don't really get any value with your Hellions other than some creep tumor, it's very dangerous. So already sitting at 78 drones with E4 done. This is a good timing attack here from Maru. 1-1 is just about to, well, about 75%, 80% of the way done. There are some good siege tank positions over there, especially. So getting here before the Nox, the Nox are rocked down. The rocks are knocked down. It's really nice, yeah, exactly. That siege tank position over there is a classic on 2000 Atmos. Hellions coming around the back as well. Maru not losing those units for free. That's good. Okay, so Veiling Speed at this point is done though here for the finisher. He also made a ton of drones. I wonder if he made a couple too many. He's actually supplied one. He's making 6 Overlords. That's a mistake. He does have a bunch of energy available for his queens to transfuse that hatchery back up to full. Okay. Important pickup right here. Trying to keep as many of those Marines alive. I love that the Hellbats right here are surrounding the siege tank. Wonderful work. Okay. No injects in the main bases, by the way, so that's quite important here. That does mean that Serral's going to start stacking up some money. Since he's only relying on Lings and Veins, he needs quite a bit of larva in order to sustain this. I'm sure Maru realizes it, and he decides to indeed now send additional units across the map. Second factory coming up too. Nice attack right here by Maru. An important one, but also partially working because Serral hit a supply bomb. Okay, Zerking's going around the back. He really needs to break that siege tank position. It's already got 18 kills, which is amazing. I think finally the Zerk here will have enough. Where does reinforcements go, by the way? Did they go back home? I guess so. Alright. Still, that's that tempo lead, right? That StarCraft casters like to talk about a lot.